Little beans. Hi.
Look at how big he is.
Sophia, you are doing such a good job. You're like the perfect age for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All those
Hey,
dogs.
there's Ed, and getting a lot of people on. I think we're just gonna do a few more people here. As a reminder, I just wanted to state again here that at about 37, it's gonna kick us all back out. So in about 12 minutes, it's gonna kick us all back out, and we'll all have to rejoin real quick. Hopefully, we've got all that figured out. Yeah, poor Grandma. Grandma Pat's gonna get this figured out here soon. She's supposed to be calling in this time. And then we'll be getting started here real soon. I want to thank you guys for all coming, and thank you guys for patience while we try to get this figured out. There were 30 people signed up, so it looks like maybe some people are having troubles getting in. So I'm going to go into the Facebook post to make sure that people are getting in there okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
Like command center over there.
Alex, can you hear me? This is your Aunt Sue.
Hey, Sue. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. It keeps going off and on.
That's okay. You're still joined in, so you're okay.
Okay. I can't see anything but a black screen that says your microphone is unmuted.
Okay, you're on your phone?
Yeah, that's I don't have a computer.
Okay, all you got to do is just flick to left on the phone. So you swipe from right to left, and it should bring you to cameras and stuff so you can see people.
Well, no, it just says join event, but I thought I was already in it.
Yeah, it's weird that it says that, but I mean, so long as we can hear you, you can hear us. I think.
Yeah, this is an Android, so my friend told me, she says, you're not going to figure out how to use that thing.
The app's exactly the same on both.
That's
So
just an Apple hater.
Hello?
We're still here.
Okay. So you said mom is going to call in. How's she going to do that? Is somebody setting her phone up for her?
Hold
I
on.
think Alex is.
Oh, okay. Linda, can you hear me?
Too. Hi, Sue.
You're kind of muffled, Linda. No, we still can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh. Now I can.
Just mute it. Talk to me.
You're coming in and out, Linda.
Wow.
1 minute you're on and then the next you're not. So we'll just keep trying.
Muting ourselves or something. Or maybe we don't have a good internet connection back here.
Do you have a laptop that you can use?
No, I should have.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
When we cut off.
Linda, you could still try to log into your computer. I can send you the link for the.
Oh, it's gonna be small.
Oh.
Mute yourself.
Oh, how did we get unlimited minutes?
Good job, Alex.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe a first time you get free.
I don't know, but I'm going to take it.
Yeah, it's working.
The angels did it.
Missy did it.
Linda, can you hear me?
Yes.
She can hear you.
Yes.
I never have met you, but I always felt like I knew you because Missy talked about you all the time.
Yes, this is so exciting. Once all of us people that are older learn how to get on.
I don't know what, all I'm seeing is a black screen that says little circles that I'm supposed to hit when I'm done speaking. It says your microphone is unmuted, your video is stopped. Well, I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
Annoying. We're also, Mercury is in retrograde today. That's-
Alex, can Sue maybe upgrade somehow or download something that will assist her phone so that she can see something?
You can try leaving and coming back. Oh, there you are. You're back on. I see you
Yeah,
now.
there you are. We see you.
Oh, now you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Sue, but you're back in there. I don't know if you can see what it says there. We still have some people that are having some issues getting in, so technology is perfect every time except for when it isn't.
So true.
Link is not working for everybody. There you go. Look at all these beautiful faces. Mom would be very happy.
She is happy. She sees us.
Bringing her world together.
Grab her. Be careful with it.
Does anybody know what type of music?
Extension cord.
What was that?
Just need you to place for all of us.
What type of music Melissa liked? Like, what was her favorite?
She was pretty eclectic. She the last stuff she was listening to was blues on her computer. It's still actually pulled up over here.
I
But
really liked Patty Griffin. We just talked about that not too long ago.
yeah, she loved a lot of stuff. She always had this was my favorite, or this was my favorite, and it's like, but everything's your favorite. She didn't have kind of like me. She didn't really have a lot of favorites. She loved country. She loved blues. Because I love jazz, she loved jazz. She liked to listen to pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there's a lot of different music. She was listening to some rock. There was some pop that she liked. She liked listening to Happy. What is it? Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk You Up, and yeah, she loved listening with the kids when they were a little younger. They would actually come over here and hang out and dance around with her and have good times. So she didn't really have a favorite type of music. It was she had a lot of different music she liked. So let's see. So we're up to 20.
She loved your music, Alex.
Yep, she liked my music. You know, that she might have been a little biased on that, but that's okay.
I think we all did. I was so impressed the one time I got to come to Alaska and see you and your orchestra.
Yeah. I know Grandma was also real proud of the music that I did, and I am
Very much so.
trying to get back into it. It's a little rough living in an apartment, but fortunately I got places I can go to practice anyway. So all right, so several of the participants are actually in the room with us now, so I think we can go ahead and get started. Since we aren't going to have to leave and join and leave and join and leave and join, we might as well get started. Anybody that knew mom was not a formal person, so nobody got super formal dressed up for this Zoom call today. If you remember mom, she loved her skirts and she loved her shirts, and she very rarely ever wore anything else. Yeah, only in the last year or so did she start wearing like pajama pants to stay warmer during the summer. So yeah, she didn't wear a skirt that one time. So it's real informal. I don't have any kind of a timeline or anything drawn up. This is we're going to embrace the word memorial and where it comes from and use some memories. So if you're not talking, if you can use the mute button, whether you're on phone or on computer, it should be in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. If you are talking, then of course make sure you unmute. We're here. We can discuss memories and good times that we've had and laugh and cry. We've got. If you want to read something or show something that she made for you, I know that Veronica is going to be reading off some poetry that mom wrote. We got a letter that some of her friends from SOI, State of Insanity Online, that part of a group she was in for, I think, 25 years online. They wrote a whole bunch of stuff for her. We're going to read that off as well. So whatever we need to do, there's Kitty. I like kitties. It's a good cat. She had a kitty across her screen. We'll be, it's probably going to run a little while. So, get your water, and if you need to step away, just note that we'll be here when you get back. So does anybody want to start off with anything? Memories or times you had, or when you first met mom, or anything that touched you, anything at all? If you want to do that, let's go ahead.
Hi, everybody. It's Linda. I'm the last.
First of all, Alex and Linda, the family, to everybody, we're so sorry for your loss.
Here we go. Grandma Pat, I've got her just next to the phone on speaker because she couldn't join via her phone. So I've gone ahead and I've got her on speakerphone here. Hopefully she can come through okay. Go ahead, Grandma.
I remember your mom, how artistically talented, and she simply loved her person. And what a devoted mom she was, and she was a very good daughter-in-law also. I really will miss her, and I have some of her art pieces, and I really treasure them. We'll all miss her. And I love you, Alex.
Thank you, Grandma. I love you too. And thank you, Veronica. and enjoy and as well. Okay.
Hello.
You,
Hi,
you
hi,
referenced-
everybody. Is it okay if I say, this is Linda. I'm Melissa's oldest sister and actually the last one standing, it looks like, which is kind of interesting. We all know we lost our beloved Sarah, and we lost, then we lost Mama, and then we lost Melissa. And it's like, I'm devastated. This necklace is the last thing that Melissa made for me, but it's so beautiful. And my friend Birgit had to restring it because when I received it, it was unstrung. But so Birgit and Melissa made it. And Melissa, as most of you know, was in a very, very good headspace when she left us all. And I really believe that she knew inside someplace that she was going to be leaving very soon. And she was reaching out to all of us. Like everyone that I speak to said, we've never received more phone calls and communications, loving communications from Melissa as we all have in this last year. And of course it has to do with COVID as well. She felt very, very lonely and isolated, but she was able to reach out to everyone through the internet, which, as everyone who knows Melissa knows, that she was just an internet aficionado. I mean, she was just, that was her world. And I can't wait to hear what the group that she belonged to for 25 years has to say, because Melissa had a whole other life that maybe not everyone here knows about, but most of us do. And that's where her community really was. And they never even saw her. And that's how Melissa wanted it. And that's why this Zoom thing is kind of an interesting way, because Melissa could be here and not even be seen if she didn't want to be. And even though I thought she was just the most beautiful and lovely person, she did not have that image of herself. But we are here to bring that image forward into being for the future, that we would never forget what a beautiful soul our Melissa was and still is. And so thank you everybody for being here. It's so wonderful for me to see everyone that I've heard of so much for all the years and talked to on Facebook. And I've met some of you, but not everybody, hardly anyone actually. But I've met you, Jasmine. Anyways, I love you guys, and somebody else take it now.
Thank you, Linda. I think we all know that Mom made a lot of art, and she touched a lot of people's lives with that art. Whether it was just her caricatures that she drew from the time that I was born to, or before I was born, really. I mean, all of her life. Caricatures were definitely her favorite thing, but she loved beading. She loved drawing and art. And when she got on the computer and she got her first electronic tablet, you've all seen the art that she's done. You've all seen all that art that she's done online from her, especially her fantastical stuff like her mermaids and her dragons. All those wonderful things that I'm sure that she sent most of you. If you haven't gotten anything, please let me know. I still have, she's got a stack of postcards back here. I can send some stuff off. I just need your addresses. So if you don't have something, piece of art from Mom, please let me know so I can get that done. Her supplies have already been donated to the clubhouse with Miss Maggie over there. We got all of that gone, although we're still finding yarn, Maggie, so we're gonna have to get that to you as we get cleaned up. She had yarn everywhere because she had been donating and crocheting her butt off for the last year plus. Just going absolutely crazy with crocheting for charity. There's hundreds of things everywhere that that people are able to, that are wearing, keeping people warm right now. So, she did her own charity work for as many people as she could, took very much after Grandma Ellen's footsteps. We all know, or most of us know, Grandma Ellen and how much she was involved in charity. Mom did what she could, especially in this last year plus, to do her own way of helping people out. Although she also had the homeless bags. If you guys, if any of you remember those, she was making those bags, and she would just bring them with us whenever we went out. I know she was doing that in California as well, and making bags for people that were in need. And she would just bring those bags with a toothbrush and toothpaste, some food, some little bits of her. All right, who wants to go up next? Just go ahead and speak up. You just jump on in.
Well, Alex, continue with the story. What was in the bag? Toothbrush, toothpaste, and some, you just stopped there. It was really interesting.
Oh yeah, sorry. It was all little bits of toiletries and stuff that she would just get. She'd get some travel size stuff to take care of people, take care of yourself. Like little deodorant bars. She'd put on little bits of her own artwork for them to hopefully brighten their days. I don't remember everything that was in those bags. It's been a couple years since she did them, but she did do those for good over a year. Steph might have a picture later that we can post.
I'd like to say something. I'm Natalie, Linda's daughter, and Aunt Melissa. She's my, one of my many aunts, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about my memories of her as a child and how much she made my childhood very magical. For Christmas every year, there would be a box that would come from Alaska, and it would be from my grandma Ellen and her, and she would have made all year round all these beautiful ornaments and little like reindeer out of clay and porcelain items and not to mention the doll houses that she made for my sister and I when we were little. They were so amazing and immaculate and humongous. And so my whole childhood, I played with those toys and they still actually hang on our Christmas tree, which is really neat. And then the other thing I wanted to say was just how sorry I am, Alex, for your loss in particular. And I'm really feeling you these days, and my heart is truly with you. And I'm just in the middle of the night when I'm up with the baby, and I'm thinking about you and Stephanie and your kids, and just really want you to know that. And the other thing I wanted to share was just a memory. It's very brief, but when I traveled to Juneau with my mom, I think it was 2008, when she picked us up from the airport, my mom got a rental car and I went in Melissa's car. And it was like the Plymouth, right? Wasn't it?
The PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser, yeah, anyways.
The purple PT
So
Cruiser.
she picked me up and she lit a joint in the airport parking lot. She turned on Dixie Chicks as loud as her speakers would blow it. And she rolled down all the windows and we were like, had smoke pouring out of the windows. And it was just such a memory. I was like, wow. So I just love that about her, that side of her, and the I don't give a crap side of her, and very refreshing and just so much fun. Her laugh was just so contagious and outrageous. The other thing I wanted to say is after she passed, I was driving a few days later, and it was nighttime, and I had all my music on shuffle in the car, and I said, Auntie, I want you to say hi to me. And boom, my songs, they just shuffled to this song by Erykah Badu called Hello. And so, I just said, I want you to say hi to me. And then the first words are, hey, hello, 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 hey, hello, hello. It's me, babe, or something like that. Anyways, I felt like that was a real immediate sign from her, you know, she said hi. So I'm a big believer in signs. I've had many experiences in the past with that. So I definitely feel that she's here, and she's the other night I was looking at this painting on my wall, and my painting of a flower suddenly looked like her face. So I really feel her here, and just wanted to share that.
Natalie, since you mentioned the doll houses.
Yes.
I remember when I got to know Melissa here in Juneau in the late 1980s. Ellen introduced us because we were both doing newspaper things. And Melissa had started, oh gosh, she had started a little community or neighborhood newspaper called Stone's Throw.
Yes.
I just came back up here to Juneau after being gone for almost 20 years because of COVID to live near my daughter. And I rented this little one-room bungalow right around the corner from my daughter's apartment. And the name of this cottage, which was an Airbnb, is Stone's Throw Cottage.
No way.
Oh, wow.
I was just told, Melissa didn't seem as amazed as I was about it.
Wow.
But back to the dollhouse. So in those late 80s or I can't say what year, but I remember visiting Melissa and Alex at their home, and when she was working on these incredible doll houses.
Yes.
They were just so beautiful, little wallpaper room,
Yes.
and just all this intricate stuff. She spent probably hundreds of hours. But the other part of it I remember, I've always been careful with whatever money I have. And Melissa was a free spirit and was, if she or Alan had 25 cents and they saw 4 homeless people that needed a nickel, they'd give 20 cents away, you know, or anybody else. But anyway, I remember, and this was like 30 years ago, I think she spent like $300 to mail that dollhouse to you. And I was like, Melissa, you know?
Yeah, and in fact, then she made
big.
dollhouses. She made dollhouses for my daughter and my nieces, and I think it cost $500. I think to ship, you know, more recently, like one of them to Hawaii. And so incredibly generous, and like you say,
We still have one dollhouse left.
Yeah, mine burned up in the fire, in a house fire, unfortunately. But my daughter has one, and
Well, we have two,
you guys
because
have two.
one for Sarah, and they're heirlooms now.
They are. They're
Yes. Well, family meant everything to her. She loved you all so much.
Oh, look, Sophia wants to show. This is one of them more recently. Let's see. Let's see if I can show this. There's Sophia's little dollhouse here. This is like a mini version of what she made. And then there was some furniture that's now, you know, in different areas of Sophia's room. But yeah, that's like just a little one that.
And then show the back
The
where
back,
she has
oh, yeah.
the whale.
Oh yeah. Okay, watch out, dear.
Lyric wants it.
This is the back.
It has a whale
And a little
made out of
A handle to carry it around.
That was the door, how it closes. So yeah. Here's Sophia. Thank you.
Super cool.
Okay.
Thank you. So
Thank you, Sophia and Natalie, and Lyric, for those wonderful lyrics that you were giving us on there as well. As we all know, Mom loved her babies as well, and singing babies. And you guys have seen Slade right here. This guy right here. Yeah, when she found out that this guy was coming along. Yeah. You come over here and you're good? Okay, well then talk louder so they can hear you. Okay, all right, fine. So when Steph and I were early on in our now almost 11-year-old relationship, we got pregnant pretty early on with this boy, and we get confirmed a couple of months in, and the first thing that Mom does is, what the fuck happened to the condoms? Just the first thing out of her mouth. It was, you know, it's, she did a 180 and she was just extremely excited. Then we have my other spawn here. That's like boy. pictures. Looks like he's kind of picking his nose, but he's not. Don't worry. That's my job.
Hi,
Hi,
Blake.
Blake.
Hey,
Hi,
Blake.
Blake. Hi, Slade.
Hi, Slade. Hi, Blake. We're sorry for your loss, Blake and Slade. We really are.
Sorry you lost your grandma.
Yep. Your grandma M.
You guys say thank you.
Thank you.
And we've got Deirdre, my stepdaughter. She'll be turning 16 in 2 days. There she is. And the other little one that you've seen is our niece Addison. There she is, right there,
Addie.
Addison. And Grandma loved all of them. You know, even though those two are not blood, she loves them like they are. And I know that family, especially kids and grandkids, and nieces and nephews and grandnieces and nephews, all really made her extremely happy. Yep, even friends would call her Grandma M up here. Yeah, neighbors have come and gone, but they still call her Grandma M if they stop by. Every single one of them.
She called all of us nieces Niecey Poo.
Niecey Poo, yeah.
Niecey Poo.
Oh, there's
I think she had pet names for all of us. I know she called me Sister Mine.
yeah, for any for you and Linda certainly called definitely Sister Mine was something she did. Yeah, daughter mine for my wife. She definitely.
Yeah, it was like her way of saying you are my beloved.
We've got.
I was little sister to both Missy and Sarah.
You were.
Or as Sarah used to say, little sister.
Looks like we got Dad joining. Hi, Dad. I know you might not be able to talk, but thank you for coming.
Veronica, where do you live?
Me and Mom are in Reno right now. I don't know if you can hear me, Linda, but I'll get back to you later. But we're going to drive up to Oregon next summer, so we're going to have to, or this summer. Well, maybe COVID permitted, but we'll have to swing through Big Sur to see y'all. Another conversation for another time.
We're not the direction of Oregon so much, but we are down the coast in Big Sur, and you're welcome anytime. We have a guest room with a nice comfy bed. Anybody who's on this call, just file that. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, you'll find me. So if you ever want to come to a beautiful place, and Aunt Melissa loved it there. So I call her Aunt Melissa because of my kids. I'm so used to calling her Aunt Melissa. Auntie M. Are you going to read something, Veronica?
You know what? I was going to try to. So just a little bit about me and Mom, for those of us who don't know our history with this family. So we moved to Alaska, I think it was 1983, and we lived in the same trailer park as Ellen and Melissa and Sarah, and we were there when Alex was born. And we didn't have any blood family there, so they became our extended family. Sorry. Anyways, we have so many loving memories. We spent all of our holidays together. I used to babysit Alex back when you lived in the cemetery. Remember that? God, that was freaky, babysitting in a cemetery at night. But I did it because I love you, Alex. But as Alex was saying earlier, we all know Melissa was a wonderful artist, but she was also a poet. She she wrote this book, or she published this book. I'm trying to hold it up. It exploded this morning when I opened it. Melissa published this book back in 1989, and it's just a whole bunch of poems going back to the 60s. And it just really documents all of the different chapters of her life growing up in California and in Alaska, Chugiak. She's actually, you know, she put on here where she wrote all of them, and, you know, anyways, there's some beautiful stuff in here. I don't know if there's any copies left over in her things, Alex, but if anybody wants copies of this stuff, I can make some and send to you guys. There was this one poem in particular that I just thought it was fitting for today. And for those of you who have the chat, I'm just gonna go ahead and paste it in here because it is literally titled Love Poems for Others. And I'll do my best oratory example of it. Oh, splendor of my life, mine eyes have chanced to glimpse upon yon tender eyes of thee. To thee, my love, I pledge this heart until the sun doth wilt and die. And I shall keep your kisses sweet when heaven is no more. The sun shall keep my memory warm till you are here beside me. So I have all of the poems. This is the one and only one that she literally wrote it to all of us. So I thought that was the most appropriate to share. Oh, and something I completely forgot about until I opened, because I have not opened this book in a decade or more. But she added in the center, I should have bookmarked it. There it is. She did a little self-portrait she added in there. And of course, she's got the joint in her mouth. That's the way I remember her. Anyhow, yeah, so like most of you, as Linda was saying earlier, you know, we've had a lot of conversations, a lot more conversations with her lately than ever before. And, you know, I told my mom a few months ago, it was like, you know, is she okay? Do we, you know, what's going on? She's calling more and more frequently. And of course we loved talking with her, but, you know, I think did know, her spirit knew something was up. And we're just so grateful for modern technology because we got to FaceTime with her after years of being apart, and that was just the bomb, you know, just to hear her laugh and see her smile and, you know, show her around the house. You know, I mean, every room in our house has artwork that, you know, belongs, you know, that was created by either Melissa or Sarah or Ellen. And, you know, so much of them will continue to live on. And we're really grateful for the creativity that they gave to us. So grateful. That's what I
Thank you, Veronica. And it was you guys were a huge part of our lives, as well as Louise. I mean, in Juneau, and I remember spending every holiday at your guys' house growing up. Joy, you always used to make Thanksgiving dinner and always did a wonderful job. And you know, I was a little shit kid, as most kids can be, and I wasn't as appreciative of all the time that we got to spend together. But they are memories that are there of us all having love together. And I want to thank you guys for having been, you know, family to us, and to Mom and Grandma, because they loved you guys too. We've got
Debbie was trying to get in. Debbie, cousin Joe's. Yeah.
we will. Is she having a hard time getting in, or is she actually?
No, she just posted something in the chat room. It doesn't have her name. It has her iPhone, her 541 number. I'll respond to her. Oh, she can see us.
Debbie, if you want, you can unmute and you can talk.
Laura, why don't you say something, honey?
I didn't know her as long as all of you did. I only got to meet her when I went to see Sarah before she passed in Alaska. So it's enjoyable for me to listen to everyone speak about my sister.
You know, on that note, Laura, it's really nice to see you. I mean, all those years ago, we heard about you guys too, you and Buzz, and
Before your mom found you.
before, while she was looking for you. I grew up with her talking about finding you. And then when she finally did, it was just so beautiful. And it's so nice to see her face.
Well, I wish that I would have been found when John was found, because then I would have got to meet everybody. I would have got to meet family, you know, because they had the big reunion and everything. That just never happened after they found me, but not saying woe is me, just saying it would have been great. But what I did discover is it was a good time in each person's life for us to meet one another. Missy was in a good place. John was in a good place. Mom was in a good place. Sarah was in a good place. I was in a good place. Linda was in a good place. It was a very much a matter of timing that we all met each other. And I just fell in love with my family. And when I got to meet Alex in their mobile home, it just felt like home. Like I had finally found home.
Yeah. I remember, Sarah, I remember you, Laura, when you were just a little baby and when you started out living with me, Mom, and Grandma in Las Vegas. And one of my saddest memories, I knew at some people's house that I didn't know and never see you again. And we looked for you for years. When I turned 25 and had my own, knew I was going to have a baby. I had my baby, my first baby. That's when I in earnest started looking for you and for Buzz. So, hi Debbie, I saw you.
Oh, okay.
I see you. This is
you see
our
me?
cousin. Yes, this is our cousin Debbie, and her mom is a cousin, first cousin, but also her best friend for many, many years until Joe left this earth. And they go way back. So, and Mom also had another friend named Joe Kinnear, who is her best friend from the time she was a teenager. And Joe Kinnear was a dancer. And I don't know if Joe or any of her family are on this. I can't see. But Mom was, you know, outrageous, as everybody knows. And she, when she was only 18 years old, she was already married to who I thought was my father, Bill Weedy. And he was on a ship in Korea. And I guess Mom was playing in clubs with Joe Kinnear, who was a dancer. And so she was out there in the club life, and nobody had ever seen the likes of Mom. She was tall, 6'3.5", platinum blonde hair. And she met up with an Italian man named Gino Armando Mezzanato, unbeknownst to anyone who knows her. And that's my father. And I just found him recently in the last 4 years. So
what a great love story.
I know. I think it might have been only a one time only story. But, you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
We won the lottery with you.
My father is still alive and I found him 4 years ago. He's 95 years old. He just bought himself a condominium, a brand new Mercedes-Benz coupe. He just did the whole remodel himself. And what can we say about him? He's alive and well.
Wow.
So
We
there you have it. Everyone else is gone, but I got my papa finally. I found the right one, and it was a good fit. So, and Laura, we found Laura and Buzz, and it's like I feel like a detective in this family, always looking for people. Are you my father? Are you my brother? Are you my sister? You know that book? Are you my mommy? Well, we knew who the mommy was, and she was the mommy of many people. Grandma Ellen was the mommy of many people.
In many ways.
In many ways. And yeah, so, and Debbie is Cousin Joe's daughter. And,
Right.
and Debbie also has
Dr.
two
Debbie.
brothers and another sister. So it's yours now, Debbie.
Okay.
You're on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Mom and my cousin Ellen, Missy and Linda's mom. It's kind of an interesting story. When they were very, very little, both of them, my mom and my cousin Ellen, met each other at a state where the mothers left the children there, and this lady named Auntie in Paso Robles took care of all these little girls and little boys and this and that. And it wasn't until Mom and Ellen, they'd see each other because their mothers would bring them back, and say, okay, I'm going to go get married to whoever, and, we'll be back. And so the girls were talking, and cousin Ellen had said to my mom, gee, I just got to meet, my grandpa. And my mom says, oh, that's interesting. Well, who's your grandpa? And she said, Grandpa Duncan. And so cousin Ellen goes, Grandpa Duncan? And my mom says, Grandpa Duncan. And so they found out that they were related, and they didn't know it. And they'd grown up from like 8 months to 8 years old. And so my mom and cousin Ellen made a point to stick together, keep the family together. And so I can remember cousin Ellen coming down with the girls, Linda, Missy, Sarah. And of course, Linda and I, we were like 16 when we lived up at Painted Cave in Santa Barbara on top of the mountain, And so we were like 16. Of course, we knew everything, and it was like, oh, yeah. And so Mom and cousin Ellen were very best friends. But Missy, she always cracked me up because she was always coming around, hugging and hugging. And of course, at 16, you're going, okay, Missy, that's enough. And so she'd be, but I love you. And I said, well, I love you too, And so every year, cousin Ellen made sure that we got to see everybody. My mom got to, keep in touch. And it wasn't let's see, when my mom died in 2009, unexpectedly, we didn't expect her to die. And cousin Ella and Missy were coming down from, I think it was Juneau, Alaska, and they were going to live in California. And they came by to visit us and give us hugs and, good memories of my mom and things like that. And so from then on, Missy and I kept in touch, the whole time. And then I got very sick as I got older. It seemed like after 60, everything just went to pot, So Missy would always, if she'd see me on Facebook, she'd go, hey, cousin, how are you feeling? And then we'd talk all hours in the morning, And in fact, I talked to Missy on her birthday. And she says, how you doing? And I said, oh, I'm doing okay. She goes, no, you're not. I can tell in your eyes, And so I said, no, I'm doing okay. And she says, I just want you to know I love you. And I'm sending you another Christmas card. And I said, okay. And so she says, I'll see you later. And I said, okay, but she had such a big heart, she was always there for you. She'd listen, or she'd send me little pieces of glass things that she'd made, or I've got jewelry, keychains, you know. She says, I saw where you went on vacation to the beach, and then pretty soon I'd get a keychain with, you know, sea glass and stuff like that. And then my biggest happiness thing, and Missy was happy too, is that Linda and I got together last year, and we hadn't seen each other since we were 16, and I'm 66. And so her husband brought her up, and oh my gosh, it was just so good, because it's like there's family, you know. And I told Missy, I said, guess what? And she says, doesn't surprise me, you know. So I'm going to miss her, but I know where she's at, and I will see her again. So I'm real sorry for all of you for your loss. And she was a beautiful person. She's right here in my heart, always.
Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're awesome, and I'm 66 too. We're both 66, and we know everything.
Yes, we do.
I found this with my mom's belongings. So I just sent it to you, Linda, and you, Alex. It's an article about Ellen finding her children. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen that.
Oh, yeah. I have that.
Oh, you do too? Okay, good.
Yes, thank
I just
you.
thought that was really neat. So if anyone wants it, I forwarded it. But,
Thank you. I'll definitely save that for sure. And Dad, if you can hear me, go ahead and pull your phone up a little bit. Your grandkids don't know what you look like, so let them get a little bit of a better look at you there. They're all interested. They're all gathering around the computer. See that? See that? They're all looking. There you go. There he is. Get the good side. Good side. I'm not drunk yet. Okay. You know, there's so much that we can keep talking about too, and I hope that if you want, you can talk, and you bring up a memory that you have. I know nobody's anxious to break down in tears, but you know, we're all here to support each other through that as well. I do remember, you know, Laura, when Grandma finally found you, how excited she was, and how excited Mom and Aunt Sarah were, and just having, because I think it was Grandma's 70th birthday, we had you together with everybody, right?
I think so. I remember because my adoptive mother was so, I don't know, she wasn't overprotective, but I'll use that word. She didn't know anything about it. So I had to make up a story to go and meet my family. So I told everybody, I'm going to, let's see, what should I say? And then I just, one of my girlfriends at work said, well, why don't we just go to California and tell your mom that we're going to go to Disneyland. So that's what I did. So when I met everyone, I met Sarah first, and it was in Pismo Beach. It was beautiful. I hadn't seen a beach like that before in my life. And then she brought me up to my sweet sister, Linda, with her two little girls on each side, holding her thighs like, what's this person gonna do? Because they had never met me before. They didn't understand everything that was happening. And then I got to meet Grandma Preston. First thing she wanted to do was look at my hands and see what I looked like, how I resembled the family. And then she proceeded to tell me how sorry she was. And it was like, I'm not having any of that. Nobody needs to be sorry for anything. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to meet everybody. And then I got to meet Grandpa Grandpa Preston was there, and then Grandpa Duncan and Lorraine. I got to meet them. Then the next meeting was in, let's see, I want to say the next meeting was when I met John and Mom, and that was in Aspen, Colorado. um, here I am. I'm a desert rat. I'm from Las Vegas. I've never been in snow, and you put me in Denver. So I'm in open-toed shoes and a dress, not thinking I'm going to be in Denver, Colorado, and it's snowing. But I met my mom. She had this big, it wasn't really a jacket, but it was like a vest. And I got to hug her and meet my brother. It was just awesome. And then the next meeting was back, I want to say is when I met Linda with Christian and the girls again. And then when I got married, we started trying to make a regular thing of it. And that's when we decided that we needed to all talk. So that's when I first got to meet Missy, was over the phone, and we would talk with each other. And I couldn't believe how much she and I sounded alike. It just blew me away. And then when we found out Sarah was so ill, was the first time I got to meet Missy. And then Missy started coming down to California, and I would see her at Linda's place. And that's when we finally started to get to bond with one another. And when I went to Alaska to meet everybody, you know, all the family, that's when I met Alex, that's when I met Missy. I got to see the other side of Mom. You know, that's when I got to see Alex with the big band. I got to see the work that Mom did. I got to see how Missy was always busy, but she was busy being Missy. And it just felt like I was finally home, like I was with family. Never had that before. I knew though, during my growing up years, that could be my brother. That could be my sister. Every time I would pass somebody, lo and behold, my brother lived here in Vegas for many years. We could have run into each other and not even known it. So, but now we all got together and we all got to meet each other. I just wish Missy could have been with everybody, but I know that traveling from Alaska is hard. It's not only expensive, but it's hard to get everything set. I know when she came down for Mom's funeral, it took a lot of planning to get everything set up. And it took planning on my end as well to get to Alaska for Sarah before she passed.
Speaking of traveling though, for those that don't know, Melissa came down to Oregon 3 years ago. Yeah, just about exactly 3 years ago, for the whole month of January of 2018, because I had gotten diagnosed 6 months before that with acute myeloid leukemia, and I had intensive chemo and then a stem cell transplant. And I was required to have, they wouldn't even do the transplant unless I had live-in caregivers that would be with me every minute 24/7 for 100 days after the transplant. That's how fragile your condition is. And Melissa came down from Fairbanks with Alex's help to get her to the airport. But can you imagine, just 3 years ago? And she spent a whole month. My daughter was there, but she was 8 months pregnant in January, had her baby a couple of weeks after Melissa left. But Melissa helped take care of me and keep our house, like you had to have everything completely I mean, COVID times 10, you know, everything had to be, we were all wearing masks and sanitizing everything every day. And I was very ill during the time, so I don't have like, we never took even a selfie together, or, you know, I was still very frail. In fact, I was hospitalized with some complication the last week that she was there, but she was just she was more than amazing friend, because she really was like the sister I never had. Our friendship grew. She was so completely open-hearted and loving and giving and non-judgmental. And shared so much, like whether it was art or politics or whatever, you know, we always seemed to be in sync, other than a couple little things that we didn't share. But anyway, yeah, she was just like, I didn't realize until she was gone that how much she was interwoven into kind of the whole fabric of my life. I mean, we talked at least a couple times a week. Not as long as she maybe talked to some of her other friends, but she had two other older, closer friends. But anyway, it was just like you could call her anytime about anything and vice versa.
Yeah, for sure. She cared about everybody 110%. There was nothing she wasn't willing to do. If she could do it, she would for you.
And she built so much community there in your apartments. I mean, every time somebody, it seemed like it was people moving in and out all the time. And Melissa was always taking them a gift, a welcome basket of, you know, some little collection of goodies, you know, to welcome them there. And we'd be on the phone when she was outside smoking, and, you know, everybody that passed by, and she just said, excuse me, you know, these little kids. And just, she did that when she was in Oregon. She would go out to smoke on our front porch, and it was not the kind of neighborhood where, you know, it was the North. And anyway, sort of upper class. But anyway, Melissa was chatting with everybody, making good friends with the old couple next door. You know, she just built community. She did that at Thunder Mountain Trailer Park. She did that. She did it in California too, didn't she, Alex? I mean, she had those neighbors and friends, and she was just always giving and including everybody up at your apartments in the last, how long was she there? 7 years? Well, whatever, you know.
She was up here about 5 years.
She had the pie nights. She had Thanksgiving, and she would tell me, so and so and so. Who's that? Oh, he lives in this building or down the hall or downstairs, and he doesn't have any family here or whatever. You know, she was just had the biggest heart of anybody I've ever known.
Yeah, she absolutely loved to do that. She, I mean, she had already created this family out of this apartment complex that when I called on Monday after she passed, there you are, Buzz. I'm so sorry I did not give this to you earlier. I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry, man.
It's all good, buddy.
I've got it recorded too, though, so I'll be posting it up as soon as I can. But I called the Monday after she had passed, and the landlord here had already said that she'd already been informed because several of the neighbors had already let mom know, or let her know that mom had gone. And unfortunately, I was on this landlord's first day, so it was a rough first day for this lady. But then she just had this outpouring of love from tenants that weren't even related to mom, calling to let her know, you know, hey, you know, this has happened, you know, one of your tenants is gone. For anybody that doesn't know Buzz Baker, it's my Uncle Buzz, just joined. I swear I sent the invite for him ages ago. I apparently didn't. So I'm sorry I got you in late, Uncle. One of the other missing kids of Grandma Ellen that was found, thankfully. And I know that you and Mom had developed a good relationship, just like Mom developed with everybody as well. So if you have anything you want to say too, now we got you in, go for it.
Well, you know, Linda found me when I was 35 years old, and which of course absolutely changed my life, right? And I remember the first encounter I had with your mother. I had flown into Seattle to meet my mother and my sisters, which at that time, Melissa and Sarah were both still alive. I remember the one thing that made me smile about your mom, she was like almost angry that I didn't own a Walkman. It was kind of weird. She's like, you don't have a Walkman? And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, I'll be right back. So she goes to the gift store and buys me a Walkman. I still have it today. It's fully operational, and it's the reasons I keep cassette tapes. You know, my sister was, to me, all of them, all of my sisters are, you know, I've been blessed with, you know, 3 different families. So it's kind of weird, but like when I met my birth family, of course, I changed everything in a heartbeat. Yeah, my whole life upside down. And you know, your mom was always there, like going, "Oh, honey, don't worry, it'll be okay." You know, it's just, you know, I mean, she was always just like, "Don't worry about the little stuff. It's gonna be okay." You know, I talked to her, I don't know, 2 days before she passed, and she had called me because I relocated from Austin, Texas. I live in southern Idaho now, and she was like, "I need your address." I'm like, "Why do you need my address? You know, just send me stuff on email." That's kind of how we communicated. She's like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe I want to send you a roach clip or something. I just need your address." It's like, yes, you are my sister.
I love it.
She used to tell me the same thing. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yep.
So for those who don't know, Buzz and Laura are full-blooded brother and sister. They share the same father and the same mother. And
Big deal in this family.
it's a big deal in this family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite an honor.
Yeah. Scott, do you want to read that poem?
Well, I have to find it first.
Okay. This is Lyric. And Lyric turns 5 months old on February 6th. And he already has 4 teeth.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
And so Scott wants to share a poem he found.
Well, this is a poem some of you may have heard by William Blake, who was born in 1757 and died in 1827. But it's very short, but I think poignant, and good thing it's short. He who binds to himself a joy does the winged life destroy. He who kisses the joy as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise. And it just reminded me of Melissa.
Yeah.
And all of us too. All you can do is just enjoy the passing of somebody in your life. And I don't mean dying, but just that people, you know, we can hold on to nothing in life. You know, all there is love. And I don't know about the rest of you, but, you know, I fade in and out of it. Sometimes I'm much more loving. And Melissa and I went through a little rough period, mainly because I was being judgmental of her. And I don't think she ever even entered into that fray to speak of. But she came down to visit with Linda and I a very few years ago, and we flew her down, and she stayed with us for a week or two. And, you know, everything just, at least in my mind, was smoothed out. And I realized it was my journey and not hers, because she's just such an open-hearted person. And so, you know, my own personal experience at the very end, Melissa and I were on very good terms. So that was very important to me. You know, you don't want to leave things incomplete. So I thought we were complete, which was really a joy for me. And it's just interesting, you know, Linda and Melissa would talk on the phone. She called Linda almost every day. And, you know, I do little management things around our neighborhood and stuff. And so I'm gone for, you know, sometimes hours at a time, but I get to come back to the house, and Linda, you know, has lunch and this and that. You know. But no, I go out, and she'd be talking to Melissa, and I come back 2.5, 3 hours later, and she's still sitting on the effing phone talking to Melissa. I'm thinking to myself, what do you guys have to talk about for 3 hours? And this was just frequently. So that was a big deal. You know, they had a great relationship, especially toward the end. But she was really, yeah, reaching out, as Linda said. We noticed that, you know, and not knowing what was up, but it sounds like everybody was kind of experiencing the same thing. And I can't open a drawer around the house without finding, you know, a beaded roach clip or a, you know, another keychain, or, you know, we've got things hanging that Melissa's made all around the house. So as someone said before, you know, she lives on through all of these wonderful things that she gave to us. And, you know, she was all about giving. She just, everything she did, she was giving to people. And as you said, that, you know, she didn't have any money or anything, but if she got a little bit of money, she'd go do something. And next thing you know, she was sending out cards or whatever. And we got the most beautiful New Year's card from her that just sits. So, you know, Linda's created a whole altar in our house with candles, and they just burn constantly in Melissa's memory. But, you know, anyway, I forgot what I was going to say other than, you know, we've got all of these things. Yeah, well, see, the New Year's card is sitting right there, and it's really beautiful. This happy person jumping, and the most beautiful, we should have brought it to read, but, oh, you did bring it. Well, anyway, well wishes from her. And so there it was that we got from her, and she was already gone, but she was still there. Pretty amazing. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to say.
I love that you chose and read that poem by Blake, because that captures it, that she did that. She kissed the joy as it flew. She created so much beauty and she created so much joy, but she lived that way, you know. That just, to me, that's
no, but and also for us, you know, that we kissed that joy, whom she was, you know. So anyway.
Thank you, Uncle Scott. That was, thank you. I know that years ago, that you and Mom were in a rough patch, and I'm glad that you guys patched it up, and I know that the love is there. So I'm
yeah,
really happy that, like you said, that it was, you know, you got over that patch, you got through it, and we're there. I've got I've got some stuff from her SOI group here that I'm going to try to read through. That I received in the mail just a few days after she passed. I had called one of her friends that I knew she talked to a lot. His name was Paul, to let him know that she had gone, and he went in and went into all these groups for us and let them all know, because I had not been able to make it over here. Because we are in Mom's home right now. It's where we're all sitting right now. You can see some of the artwork on the walls, and a little bit anyway. I know it's the camera focuses on me. This one here is from her friend Star. Her friend Star, I remember across decades. I remember this name. Mom would love to talk and tell stories about her. Dear Alex, you don't know me, but I've heard. I've heard so much about you and Melissa's grandchildren. She was so very proud of her family. I'm just one of her many online friends. In parentheses, she said, I sent her the big 3-foot doll. There's this big 3-foot doll that creeps the hell out of me every time I see it. That were given to Dee Dee. Ideal Patty Play Pal, vintage 1950, early 50s. Mom loved to dress this damn doll up, and she would just occasionally move it around. So every time you'd walk in, it'd be in this different spot. Another of her friends notified me after her passing after you called him per Melissa's request. Thank you for taking time to do that. She has so many friends online, literally people from all over the world. She was so dearly loved, and she will be terribly missed by so many. Melissa was a gentle spirit online, always kind and thoughtful of others. Her presence in our lives was a blessing, and her absence will be felt by us all. There were many heartfelt comments posted over her passing, and so many of us were just heartbroken over the loss of such a beautiful friend. Man, you called, asked that I print off the comments that were left for her. I hope that they show you how dearly loved she was in our online community. You have our condolences and our prayers. Peace to you and yours, Alex. To Melissa, rest in peace, beautiful angel, now and forever. We all love you. I'll see you later. In quotes, she says, over the rainbow, girl. Love, Star.
Yeah.
This community was a huge part of her life. It was where she went to be social when she couldn't be social because of her depression. It was a huge, it was another part of her giant family that she created. The comments are some of them knew her, some of them didn't, but they all still came in to show her love. Melissa, she went by Admiration, passed unexpectedly on 1/14/21. As a longtime member, she was a sweet soul who touched us with kindness, laughter, and art. Her loss reminds us that we are mere brief flickers of light, and that when our paths cross, we should cherish the experience. If we could treat each other with the gentle love and kindness she exhibited in every action here, the world would be a much better place. Maybe that is her parting gift to us all. She was generous to us all in RT as well as VT, which are a couple of the threads that she would go join. I thought I knew her as well as we shared memories and times, but the selected comments from the announcements below humbled me. Nearly 150 posts were a testament to how she affected so many people. She will be missed. I hope her soul went through the northern lights on the way to heaven. She's loved the colors in her time in Alaska. The next comment, thank you so much for being my friend. I love you and I will miss you so terribly. You are the most gentle, dear soul here, truly the best of us. God is so blessed to have you back, and we are so much less without you. Rest in gentle peace forever. I can't bear the idea of seeing your name in that memory room. My heart is shattered. The next comment, stunned beyond words. Next comment, I didn't know her, but I have seen her name around for years. Rest well, Admiration. Next comment, I'm so sorry to hear Admiration has passed away. She was a special lady, always uplifting and kind, understanding, and she had a warm heart. She will be missed by all, and I will pay my condolences to all her family and all her dear friends here at SOI. There are just several pages at this point of people just expressing in short terms. I won't read them all because there's just 4 pages here, but so many people that said thank you and we love you, and how heartbroken they were at Mom's passing. If anybody else would like to talk, go ahead.
Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Debbie. And I wanted you to know that the day that I read your sweet post of let me know that, you know, your mom and my cousin had passed away here in Southern Oregon, that day was first start out cloudy, and then all of a sudden it started getting sunny. After I read it, I will send you the picture. I took the most beautiful sunset ever. Beautiful. And because I was worried, you know, about, oh my gosh, my cousin died. It was, you know, surprising to me, and I felt very sad. And I said, oh my gosh, I hope you are okay. And then when I looked out my kitchen window and saw that sunset, I took 3 or 4 vibrant pictures of the sunset, and it was letting me know in my heart, she was saying, I'm okay. And she was painting the skies, and I know she was painting them with your grandma and my mom too, because my mom was an artist too. So I felt, very good about that. Then I felt at peace. And I've got something coming to you that I've gotten made for you. So be on the lookout for that. I'll let you know when it's on its way. I just want to let you know I love you, and so glad I got to meet you finally.
Thank you. And I'm not taking down Mom's Facebook. It will be up just like Grandma Ellen's. If you have memories or posts, or you just want to talk to her. I know not everybody's got Facebook. I know not everybody's on there, but for those of you that are, I will be leaving it up. So if you need to just go and write her a message or leave a photo of something you think that she would have liked, or anything, I will leave that up so you can post memories, and that message may go to the ether, but it's something that'll be there for you guys to all to do.
Thank you.
Alex, I'd like to tell a story about Melissa. And I only met her. Can they hear me?
Can you hear her, Alex?
Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I've only met her once or twice, but my friend here, Vicky, was a neighbor of hers at the Moose Creek Apartments. And one day there's this other young woman who was a resident in the apartment building, and she was on drugs, came to see Vicky and was furiously angry with her. And she attacked Vicky and had her down on the floor. Vicky's son ran across the hall to Melissa's apartment and got Melissa out. And when Melissa got to Vicky's apartment, this drug crazy woman actually had her knee on Vicky's throat, and she was blacking out. And Melissa got this gal off of her and saved her life. They called the ambulance and police and took the lady away, thankfully. And Vicky's here
You were there too, right?
Here with us now, still a mom to her son. And when Vicky had to go to court dealing with this woman, Melissa was there to support her. And that may be the only time I met her, I think. But she was like instantly friendly with me while we were waiting for things to happen at the court. And, if we'd been living in the same town, I'm sure we would have been really good, close friends. And I've thought about her a lot since that event that happened about 1.5 years ago. And my heart goes out to everybody. And Melissa was a lovely lady, full of compassion. And I was glad that I was able to meet her. So blessings to you all.
Thank you.
Alex, I have to say I'm sorry for your loss of your mom. I remember the first time I met her. It was April 25th, 2019. We were driving by as we signed our lease for our apartment, and there's this lady just full of smiles and waving at us and says, "Hi, I'm Grandma Ann." She took me and my son in, like we're a family. It was a gift to have her in my life. And I'm sorry for your guys' loss. Man, she was a character. About a week before her passing, or maybe a couple weeks before her passing, she invited me over for coffee. She was sitting on the chair and she was crocheting. And I'm sitting next to this big stack of things that she crocheted, and she was smoking a joint, and she goes, Vicky, I made a funny hat. You know, she's like, you should try it on. And I'm like, no, I don't need to put the funny hat on. And Maggie might have it, but it looks like a Minion hat. And I put on the funny hat, and it was blue and yellow. Just her laughter and seeing her smile. I'm going to miss those moments. She taught me how to crochet. I'm sorry.
Apologize. That's what we're here for. We're here to all share these memories. Going back to that story, though, I think that might have been the only time in Mom's life where she did anything truly violent was to save you. My wife Steph was with you, holding on to that lady's. Her name was Dora, holding on to her baby. Yeah, like this lady had asked Steph to go get the baby, and then she just flipped and had this all-out attack and started attacking Vicky. And Mom ran over there, and with more strength than I ever knew that my mom had, she ripped this lady in this drug-induced rage off of her by the hair and held her down on the floor by her hair. And I don't.
She was like, I don't
Mom
know
had
how
never
I
done
lifted her up.
anything like that in my entire life. Not that I've ever heard. And Mom said she just held her there until the cops got there. And I know Mom was sore for a couple of days because she is using muscles that she had not used in a very long time. But she ran over there and saved Vicky. And yeah, Steph was screaming, and I was at work. I think Steph had the car that day too. I couldn't have even left early to go do anything. And Mom just yeah, and so Mom had saved her life.
Vicky, it's Natalie over here. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry that happened. That sounds very, very intense and traumatic. And
you know, when your auntie came into the room, I didn't see an auntie. I can't describe what I saw when she picked up Dora. I saw more than just Melissa. I can't describe it.
Melissa was a life-saving superhero.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, I didn't know that story.
Oh,
I never.
Okay.
She was like, I don't know how I picked her up. She was just like a little pin, and I just picked her up and plonked her on the floor.
You did say something like that. She said it was she said it was just some kind of adrenaline. We all had a good laugh about how much strength she all of a sudden had to do that, to help you out. That it was really
At great risk to her own life to do it, because she was not like a fit, hardy person to step into that violent situation.
no, she wasn't, but she
put
did
her
that.
life, she put her life on the line to do that.
She did. Yeah, I mean, it was a powerful moment for Mom to have been able to do that, or to have done that at all. It blew me away. That she had the strength to do that at all, because she was having troubles getting up and down the stairs for the last couple of years. She was having troubles doing all these different things, and the fact that she was able to just pop up and go. Oh, Steph had a phone call. She had to step away, but the camera was on. I was wondering. I was like, that looks like Mom's house. That's weird. Oh, it's because it's coming from over there. But there's a lot of stuff that'll be missed. Does anybody else
See,
want
now
to?
she totally downplayed that whole thing to me. She said, "Oh, I helped a neighbor out. That's all I heard." So all of this is like, what? It's
Rest of the story.
yeah, it's truly amazing. I mean, and she was a truly a character. And Scott, I identify with you because when Missy and I first met, because I was this born again Christian person, she thought I was going to go into attack mode because that's, I guess, what she had experienced in her life with believers. So we didn't hit it off, so to speak, but Linda would take me to the side and she would explain, this is how Melissa feels. This is what has happened to Melissa in her life. And then I'm sure she went on the other side and told Missy, Laura's not like that. Laura she's cool with everything, okay? Because I didn't care who believed in what or who did what. I just knew I found my family. And the other thing that Missy did, which had I known at the time, I might have been a little upset, but we were all staying at Linda's house. I had my kids with me. And at that time, they were teenagers. So Melissa whipped out her joint and very quietly took my kids outside. They were only like 14. I think my youngest was 14 at the time. And she let them all smoke their first joint. I had no idea. I don't know where I was or what I was doing, but you know, my daughter reminded me of it and I said, I didn't know you guys did that. And she was like, yeah. And Melissa took us outside and we had our first joint. So that's pretty funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Melissa was a very humble person, most humble person I've ever met in my entire life. And the rest of us were not that humble. Well, Laura is pretty humble, actually. Laura and Melissa were the most humble in our family, for sure. But Melissa would never, ever try and be a spotlight hog or anything like that. She would never talk herself up, ever.
No, my kids have great memories of that night. Believe me, they liked
I
her
didn't know
right
that
off
story.
the bat.
I never heard that story, so wow.
Well, it was out back in your round table
Oh my
outside.
God.
So
Oh
she
my
was
God.
very sneaky about it. But
Wow.
you know, I would rather be with family the first time we had anything than being out on the street.
Oh, absolutely.
Alex, it looks like Maggie left.
Yeah, maybe.
As time goes by, there's several people that haven't spoken even to introduce who they are, how they are family or friends. And I'm hoping maybe people will just
Well,
introduce.
I'm a Leo like Linda, so I'll just go ahead and introduce myself. And I am the daughter of Birgit, who in my little screen is down there, my mom. And my mom and Linda are best friends. And when we moved up to Monterey, when I was 11, Linda was our neighbor. And we used to barbecue at her place with my dad. I'm all mascara, like runny runners over here from all these amazing stories about Melissa. I mean, if there's anything I can say about like just stringing together this beautiful family that that has found each other through all these pieces is that you're just all just the kindest, sweetest, and most generous people. And certainly Linda has been that for us. She took care of my dad when he was sick with cancer, and just like showed up like $1,000,000. So, and my mom and her have been in great support for one another and supports for me. And the story I wanted to tell about Melissa is I'm also an artist, and I remember I had this show that I was like going overboard with, and I must have like put up like 40 pieces or something like that. It was a really big show for me. It was like, oh, I've been an artist for 10 years. Let's celebrate. And I think I had sold nothing except a print to Melissa, and she bought a print from me. And it just like, it's just so humbling because I don't think she thought she could, like, you know, she struggled, I think, but she's just so generous to do that. Like, it's just so selfless. And I love the picture that she chose as Corky, a self-portrait of me. And she's just like such a great spirit. And I never got to meet Sarah, but she was also an artist. And as an artist and coming from an artist family, I really oh, the dogs come to check in on me because I'm crying. I just love the kindness that comes with art making, and I love that Melissa sent cards to everybody, and roach clips just freaking makes me laugh so hard. Like, what a funny, bright, loving spirit. So I'm really sorry for your loss, and I'm so grateful that you were all touched by this amazing, warm, kind spirit and courageous, fierce mama spirit. So that's me. My name's Michelle. And this is Lily, and she has one eye. Yeah, and yeah, Nikki, I just also wanted to say I'm sorry that that happened to you, and I'm really glad that you had Melissa there to be a friend to you and your son and take care of you guys. I just love all the community and family that she's created around her, and how she's been such a committed friend and ally. Beautiful.
Thank you for
And I
sharing.
love meeting all of these siblings that coming out of the woodwork, like Buzz and Laura. I just love it. So nice to see you all. And Alex, to meet you. I didn't realize she had a son.
Oh,
I'm
well, that's
like, well,
interesting.
you look so much like her too. It's so sweet, and you're so kind, and you have kids. I love it. I love seeing like the generational ripples. I'd love to meet your kids. You haven't introduced them. I don't know who they are.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that real quick. This one's Slade. This boy's the youngest.
Hey.
Okay. He's being a little bit of a butthead. This one is Addison. She's actually our niece, but she was still she still called her Grandma M. You've got over here, you have Blake.
Hi there.
Hey, Blake.
Hi, Blake.
Leave that off there for now. And then we have Deirdre. Deirdre.
16, 15, I don't know.
There she is. Then we have Deirdre. Deirdre is my stepdaughter. She's about to turn 16. Any child that was in Mom's life was called her Grandma M. From Vicky's son to neighbors down the row. Everybody. Yeah, even some of our extended relatives like Addie's cousin Nessa calls her Grandma M. So she was a grandma to a lot of people. And for anybody else, like Louise said, there's a lot of people that you haven't had a chance to speak yet. If you want to talk, please share your memories. Hi, Dakota. If you want to speak up and say something, please do. There's time. So I know we got Chase and Ed. You guys grew up with me, meaning that you guys spent a lot of time with Mom and Sharon, like a sister to Mom, you know, going through all the same trials and tribulations. So if any of you want to speak, you can speak. But I'm going to let Blake tell a story he wants to tell right now.
Okay, so you would go outside.
Can't hear him. Can't hear.
The stick. Oh, okay. So it was late 2016, the year after Grandma moved in, and we went outside for these like adventures, and I found this stick and called it the adventure stick. And I was like, Grandma, do you want to go outside and adventure with the adventure stick? And she said, yeah, let me take my adventure pills first.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you for sharing.
And you still have your adventure stick. That's wonderful.
He's kept it in a corner for him this whole time.
I
And
can talk, Alex, if no one
please.
else wants to.
Go ahead.
I'll try to talk. So my mom is chosen family. I'm very blessed to have Ellen Mom as someone that was in my life, and Missy and Sarah and Linda, and really shaped who I am. So thank you. And Alex, I'm so sorry. It's like losing my mom again. I don't know, I was just gonna try to put a picture up. But I even found in my baby book, that's how long Missy's been in my life. This is one of my favorite pictures. Just the most beautiful person I've ever experienced in my life, and Sarah. I remember being a very young child, and their house, Ellen Mom's house, was just down the road from my grandfather's. And I must have been like 4 years old, walking by myself in Chugiak, Alaska, to their house, going up their steps. I can see their kitchen, and to the right was art everywhere. So they had glass blowing and art tables and painting, and it was just magical to be exposed to such creativity. Some of my favorite memories, they were hired to paint Chuck E. Cheese, and guess who needed volunteers to try the games out? So I was a little kid and I got to go to Chuck E. Cheese while they did all the graphics and the painting, and that was incredible to have that experience. I remember them doing carnivals as well. Does anyone remember that portion of it? Where they would paint murals, and maybe it was the fair or the carnival in Alaska.
It was the I don't remember the name of the carnival now, but it's the one that's up here in Fairbanks.
Yeah.
The Tanana Valley Fair. And I remember
they painted the horses, the carousel.
Yeah, thank you. And going to visit you in Juneau, I think I even spent a summer there before maybe you were born, Alex. Just a big support for my mom over the years, and just truly chosen family. So thank you so much. She wrote my mom a song. They spent a lot of time together as well. And I have a treat. My mom passed away, sadly, a couple years ago. But she sang the song to my mom. Would you guys like to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Okay, here we go.
Dear Mary, I'm up here. I caught you
rainbow. I wrapped it in sunshine and called it a smile. The clouds are below me, they're soft as a whisper, and each silver lining is shining for you. And I know at times it gets rough when you're flying, but that's just a chance that you take. Keep on trying. The ups and the downs. First you're laughing, then crying. But Mary, I know you'll get by, so will I. We've got time on our side, and together we'll ride out the storm, keeping warm, you and I. Our lives, like the winds, have been constantly changing. They flow like a river, they break like the sea. And fate sets a pattern with time rearranged. The colors of seasons become memories. And I know that life can be hard on a lady when sorrow is yesterday's song. Can you save me? Just a smile, 'cause I need to believe in tomorrow. And Mary, I know you'll get by, so will I. We've got love on our side, and together we'll ride out the storm, keeping warm, you and I. I love you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you, Alex.
You send that if you can get a chance. If you can send
Absolutely. Yeah. I really miss her. And the last time I talked to her was on her birthday, and I'm so grateful that I got to wish her that last happy birthday. And it really is like losing my mom again. So Alex, we have to just please stay in touch and be those memories for each other now.
Yeah.
I love everybody.
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say something really quick. Alex, were you able to find her address book?
Not yet.
So we're trying to get
I haven't been able to be over here.
Yeah, I understand. And I didn't want to add more to your list. So I just wanted to offer to everybody, there's something that we want to mail out on behalf of Alex. And if you guys could just make sure he has your addresses. And if you guys want to text it to me, I'll put my phone number in the chat. But yeah, my name's Veronica, by the way. 775-399-50.
Okay, well, everybody's drawing their tears.
And I wondered how the melody went, and I had no idea there was a recording of it. That is just so precious. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Buzz, you came in late. Hi Buzz, my name is Veronica. This is my mom Joy. We grew up next door to Ellen and Melissa and Sarah, and Melissa had written a little book of her poems back in 1989, and I don't know if she sent you one, but she wrote one called Buzz. So I'd like to send that to you if you haven't seen it.
That would be very nice. Thank you, Veronica.
Do you have it available? Can we hear it?
Yeah, I can read it if you want. Buzz, would you like me to read it? It's to you, or it's about you.
It's all wrong.
What's that?
I said, that's all right.
Okay. I'll just mail it.
Thank you.
We shut the pocket door for the dogs in the park because we're
You must not want it.
Memorial.
Mama, were you gonna say something?
I tried. I was trying to say that while everybody's drying their tears, including my own, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Birgit. I'm a friend of Linda's and Scott's and their whole family. I feel like I'm part of this family because Linda has just as big as a heart, you know, to embrace. It must be in the family because I feel a big part of it. And I met Melissa a few times, also Laura. When you came down to visit, I was there. And I just am in awe of all of you and thank you for having me be part of the family, and my condolences to you all, Alex, especially to you, and yeah, I'm not big on, not a big speaker, so just wanted to introduce myself and say hello.
Thank you. Thank you. Ed, you unmuted. Did you want to say something, brother? Or
Yeah, I'll go and say something, man. Yeah. So I've actually known Alex basically since we were kids.
Going on about 30 years.
So we do like a lot of, I'd be over at his house like all the time. I knew Ellen. I knew Sarah. I got to know the family pretty well. And Melissa was like a second mom to me. Sorry, just all the emotions. There was a time that we were actually at the beach, and you know, she's like, "Well, go play and stuff," and I didn't really want to play or anything, like, but she always wanted Alex and you know to always like do more outdoors and stuff, like because we'd be inside playing video games and everything. And so I'm like, well, I decided to make this big dam for this, like, you know, like this little stream, just see if I can block it. Well, this is like the memory I have with one of the memories I have with her, but it was like she just looked at how dirty I was, and she was not like, she's like freaking out. That's how much like she didn't want to send me back home to my mom. Like, no, I can't send you home like that. So I actually had to get some clothes of Alex's to actually like wear his shorts, you know, as she's like washing them and everything, and have me like take a shower and everything. Like, no, I can't send you home like that. So it was hilarious, you know, like that whole thing. But oh, it's just like, man. But I was there during the times that they were actually painting and stuff too. Like me and Alex and stuff, like, as they're like at the banks and at the stores and everything. Me and him would be like, you know, playing with the toys and stuff. Like, you still remember the Q-Force cars, right, Alex? We used to like shove those and like make ramps and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So, but over the years, you know, it's like as they retired from doing the paintings and stuff here, it was just like, man, I miss it. I miss those paintings, like actually being on the storefronts. like just being like it was part of Christmas, like them doing the paintings during Christmas time. So that was like another thing.
I'm totally with you on that, Ed. I've got the Super Bear painting,
Yep.
all those Bullwinkles.
Yep. Yeah. So it's like, man.
The banks,
So-
Western Auto, Ford, all the places that they would go to go basically make money to spoil the hell out of me. That's for damn sure.
All the big windows at Alaska Federal Savings and Loan, which is right across the street from my little cottage. It didn't seem like Christmas. There's
right.
that one picture of you all painting when Alex, you must have been about 7, 6. I don't know where that was, but I think of it as being in front of one of these big, huge windows in this bank that they always completely filled with Christmas scenes.
But
so
yeah,
I know most
Yeah, I
people,
can see Mom and Sarah and Missy. Oh, there you are, Alex.
Put that on her page, Alex, maybe.
yeah, I'll upload it. This was the photo that was in the newspaper as well. This was the newspaper did a few articles over the years regarding that. For that, Eddie, thank you, brother, for sharing. One of my 2 brothers, Chase, I'm going to call you out now.
All right.
It's your
Thank
turn,
you.
man. It's your turn.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, my 2 brothers from another mother.
Hey, so my name's Chase. This is my wife, Elizabeth. Alex, I love you, man. You're family to me. You've been my best friend since what, 2nd grade. We spent a lot of time together. We did a lot together. Your mom always made sure that we were having fun and we were safe. And even when I was growing up and being not so smart, she gave me options and she kind of guided me to a direction I wouldn't get in jail, put myself in jail or get hurt. But she was my mom. My mom, Sharon, is here, and but when I was at Alex's, Melissa was my mom, and she did a lot for us, and she was a mentor for me. And we were lucky enough to drive up a couple of years ago from Juneau to go see Alex and Melissa. And she welcomed us into her home for a few days during the trip. And we got to see that doll, that evil doll. And as soon as Beth and I saw it, it like made the hair on the back of your neck stand up, and she just loved that thing. And one morning, Beth got up, and that doll had been placed in the hallway from the different bedroom, and it just about gave her a heart attack. It was a great experience, and it was awesome to see again, Alex, and to see Melissa and spend time together again. I love you very much, and you're awesome. And I think that's all I got right now.
It's all good. Thank you. You 2 have been brothers, and I know that she loved you guys like sons, like you were brothers to me. So you boys are always a part of my family. So and I love you both.
Case, my favorite picture that I've seen of Melissa in recent years, like I said, didn't take any pictures when she was taking care of me in Oregon, but when she's outside her place, I guess, talking to you, and Alex must have snapped that picture, somebody did. And it's just so beautiful and so perfect. And I know that a lot of it was because she was speaking to you, and there's love radiating from her, and she's just her bright spirit is captured there in her expressive hand. And I think, the other pictures, like Alex said, she didn't really like having her picture taken, he said, Alex, on something. But, she was so caught up in greeting you and talking to you and loving you that the camera just caught it and she didn't. So thank you for that, going up to Fairbanks so that
Oh, thank you.
I have that picture.
There are still a few people on here. If you haven't spoken, please feel free to speak up. You know, I want to make sure that we all have the opportunity to have you all your voices be heard. If you have a beautiful memory of mom or conversation you had or anything like that, please don't hesitate. Speak up, talk about it. As a refresher, if you're looking at your camera, the one where you're seeing all the snow, if you follow her on Facebook, you know that that's her favorite view is looking out this window here at just across the way to see if our lights are on, or to just look outside and see the beautiful scenery. You know, it was one of her favorite things. But if you guys who haven't spoken yet, if you want to speak up, please do. You know, it's, you know, we're all here to share all of these.
You guys don't mind, I'll share a little bit. So my name is Tara, and so was my great aunt on my dad's side. And this last year with COVID has been hard on everyone, but struggling with depression my whole life. And finding Melissa and finding that person that I could talk to at any time about anything. It was really nice. I know that she struggled with depression too, and so it was nice to have someone that understood the complexities in the head that not even I understood, and just have someone listen and be non-judgmental and loving. And you know, she sent random cards that contained pieces of art that she created because she knew it was a nice pick-me-up. And I'm forever grateful for that. I have each one of them sitting in my office. And all week looking down at her cards, it's been really hard to, you know, accept that I'm not going to receive another one from her. And I've been coloring her coloring book nonstop. It's hard to know that I can't just call her up anymore. I'm really gonna miss that.
You can call me anytime.
Thank you.
I'll put my phone number in there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hugs to you, Tara, and the same, you know, I didn't have any sisters. My Melissa and Sarah were my the closest thing I had to sisters, and I also suffer from depression as well. So she was that person for me too. And I'm equally sad that she's left us, but definitely now's the time to reach out. I'll listen. Give me a holler.
Thank you. I truly appreciate everyone being so supportive and loving and everything that she was today. That means a lot.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I am Chase's mother and Alex's mom too. I met Melissa in the early 90s, and we formed a bond through fighting our depression, and we became very close in that a lot of what I'm hearing in Zoom, I'm piecing together all of her stories and all of her talking about her family and her friends. And I think that because my culture and where I'm from, Melissa is her storytelling and her the way her her connection with art and her connection with nature, I think that brought us together. And she was the kindest person. I had an uncle who passed away just days before, and that night that she left us, she had sent me a message that meant such a big, it meant such a great deal for me to get that. And she was always so in tune to events happening in people's lives. And she taught me, and she was my teacher. She was more than a sister. And I still live in Juneau, and there's still quite a bit that I see in this community. That brings back memories, and they're good memories. Even though we battled with the same disease, we still learn to have moments of joy. And I think even just being single moms to these wonderful, amazing boys, Chase and Alex, it formed like calling strength out of each other about parenting and being moms and keeping our sons safe and loving them. And I want to give my sincerest condolences to
Alexa, stop playing music.
Alex and the siblings. And thank you for sharing this amazing person with us. And in our culture, we talk about laying out our blanket, and Alex, that is what I meant by to help catch your tears, and it's to help catch all of our tears. And in our culture, it's the eagle's nest design on a Tlingit blanket, and it's to lay it out to continue to help catch your tears, and even a robe to wrap it around you at times of when you need to feel held and comforted. And symbolically, that's to show our love for you. Yeah. it's good to see all of your faces and to connect all of the stories that I've heard from Melissa all of those years. It makes my heart joyful. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. And she loved you again, like she did so many, just as much as a sister. And you've been like a mom to me when we were growing up. And I appreciate you sharing your love for her. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Sharon.
Thank you. So, hi, I'm Danae. And nice to kind of meet you, Alex. I know a lot about you through your mom. Kind of have the same sort of story that you know your mom and your aunts had. I didn't know any of them until I was 16. My father is Buzz, and he wasn't in my life growing up. So when I was 16, I found out I had these aunts and this whole other family that I knew nothing about. And it was really neat as a 16-year-old getting a phone call from somebody in Alaska. I thought that was super cool. And they were amazing people with amazing stories. I live a very like kind of boring life, and their life was always so magical in my eyes, at least. The stories that all of them had to tell, I didn't know how one person, let alone several people, could have such great experiences. Yeah, Aunt Melissa was awesome. Your mom was awesome. Everybody knows that. We talked just a little before Christmas time, I think. Maybe it was a little after. I'll be honest, I don't remember, but I don't retain things really well, and she did. So whenever I would have questions about family, she was always really great to help me kind of connect some pieces together. And when you didn't grow up with that kind of that part of your family, it was nice to have those pieces, because kind of the same story. I found out I had an older brother and two younger sisters that I didn't know about until I was a teenager. Hi, Aunt Laura. We never met either. I was lucky enough to meet Aunt Melissa in person. Oh gosh, probably 10 years ago now. I had a friend that was getting married kind of near Santa Barbara. And so her and grandma came out and I just spent a day with them, and it was awesome and amazing. And the person that I talked to on the phone, I got to finally meet face to face. I'd only got to meet Grandma Ellen, I think just one other time, when she was in Los Angeles, because I'm originally from California. So when she was in Los Angeles for, I think it was like a convention or something. So we went out there and met her. No, I met her 2 other times, because I got to go to Pismo Beach and meet her, her dad and her dad's wife as well. And then that's when I met Linda. Also, we have a picture somewhere with that. But I did not ever, Aunt Melissa did not come, obviously. So it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I got to meet her in real life. And it was really great. And she's always sent fun little things in the mail for myself, for my kids. I have 2 daughters, and just this year we got some jewelry and a coloring book and some of her prints that I promptly put on my wall in my bedroom, because it went so well in my room. And I sent her a picture, and I was like, look, I've already got them put up. And like the rest of you said, like, she was, hi Nisi Poo, how are you? And it was great, because nobody said that. Like, that was her thing. And so it was really cool. And I just, yeah, I appreciated all of our conversations that she had with me. Even though we didn't talk, but maybe
gosh, maybe 4 times a year. Every time we did, it was like we just spoke. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. Speaking of Nisi Poos, I'm going to have Addison come over here. She wanted to share something. Slade, can you move so Addie can come sit down? Addie wanted to share a memory of Grandma M. Come on, get in the frame, little girl. There we go.
I remember during the summer, we would always come over and have smoothies, and then after that, we'd always go play outside, and Grandma Em would always watch us play outside. And I always did cartwheels, and she always recorded them. And I'm gonna miss that. It was always fun to have her around, and yeah, I don't know.
She loved your artwork, Addie.
She loved your art. You love doing art with her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was really, thought you had talent and would always share your pictures with me and probably other friends.
Everybody.
I hope you continue doing art. Carry on the family tradition.
You have one? Okay. We're going to turn it and let Blake do another one. I don't think that was quite what you said.
Blake can tell a story.
Okay, so when Grandma still lived in California, I would go to my mom's house, so my other grandma, and Grandma would call me, we'll call my mom, and we would have these like talks. We would talk to like maybe 3 to 4 hours per day, and we would play these like games where I would try to guess what she was thinking. And I always thought I was right, but I knew she was just saying it to make me feel good about myself. But we would play that game all day, and it was fun. And also, she got us these flashlights, and we would flash them out the window, and yeah, after she moved up, and we would keep flashing them out the window at nighttime, pitch black, and then we would just look at each other's flashlights.
She really, really loved you, Blake.
She sure
And
did.
she really, really loved you, Addison and Slade and Deidre. She really loved all you kids. You made her world go round, believe me.
And she loved it when you helped paint those Christmas windows. Was it year before last? Even though she couldn't get the best quality paints, you painted the Christmas scene in her apartment.
Yep, all the kids came over and helped her paint the Christmas windows on her window here. Stayed up until probably March before it got washed down.
Made her really happy to have you all do that. And she shared those pictures too and told me who did what, who did the black lines or who did this color.
Are you hanging in there, Buzz?
John.
So
I'm pushing
Say,
buttons. I don't know what I'm doing.
old lady sitting back here as well. Little old lady. Where's the old lady? There's the old lady right there. No, it's the brother-in-law, Dan. It's Addie's dad. There's a picture of, I think it was my birthday party a few years back before she moved up. And Dan's sitting in the corner with his back turned, and he's got his long hair, and Mom goes, "Who's the old lady?" In the background. The same person that's in the background every time. There he's waving. That's him. That's Dan. You know. Yes.
She really appreciated you, Dan. She really appreciated you. And Deirdre, sorry I said your name wrong.
Don't be a butt. All right. I know he's been a butt the whole time.
have somebody new.
Anybody else who wants to talk? Jess, you came in. I'm sorry if I got the invite to you late. Did you want to say something?
Hi, I'm Jessica. I know I don't know a lot of your
Oh,
faces.
Jessica.
I do know quite a few of you. It's good to see some of your faces I haven't seen in forever. It's really been hard. I know I only got to meet her in person once, but we talked a lot. And every year I did receive stuff from her. I have all of them still. A lot of them were Christmas ornaments, so I only really get to see them, once a year or so, but I don't know, her and it was, sorry, Aunt Linda gave me one of the best gifts I could have asked for in a long time, and that was flying me out there to her house so I can meet Grandma Ellen and Aunt Melissa. And the two of you guys have really been a huge, I don't know, component of my life, I guess. You were there for me for a lot of things when I was not okay. I tried to be there for Aunt Melissa when she seemed down or even not down. I always try to check in on her and remind her of how great of an impact she has on my life and how much I've appreciated all of our conversation. And like Danae pointed out, her whole niecey poo. I don't think I've ever had anybody call me that until you guys. So I always called her auntie. But I'm always hard on myself because when someone's gone, I always start to kick myself because I feel like I didn't reach out enough. But I know she knows that I loved her. It's just hard. I don't know. That's all.
Thank you, cousin. Before I have a couple of videos that probably set us off again because it'll have Mom's voice in it. Does anybody else want to talk? Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see what I'm seeing here. You guys can all see this okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Oh, look.
these are all public on YouTube. So you guys can just look up Mom's name and see all these, but there's a couple that we're going to share here. This was Blake coming into the world, and I think Mom was talking as well. One of her favorite videos, 211 views. I think probably 206 of those were probably just Mom watching this over and over again. So hopefully yeah, you were newborn. So that was did not have any of her voice in there. I thought it might, but I was wrong. Oh, hold on. That's loud. There we go. This one right here is one of probably her favorite. Just having Slade on her bed when I visited her. Blake, excuse me. This was in California. That was used to be that small. That small. So she loved that one. Yeah. Where's the stop share? Let's, oh, there it is. Yeah, stop share. Thank you. Didn't see that. It's been good. Did anybody else have anything else that they wanted to say? Any stories or memories that you'd like to have out?
Definitely sparking one up for Auntie Melissa right now.
If you that's one thing for you guys, you know, if you imbibe for her, you don't have to do it right this second, but if you want to go ahead just sometime later, go for it. Uncle Buzz. You know, she definitely loved her pot. I know not everybody does. I don't do it myself, but you know, my wife will. Have
Okay,
a beer
more
if you
food
want,
on
or
us.
a glass of wine. Beer, a glass of wine. You know, she loved to have a glass of wine with Grandma Ellen. And if you can, go out to the store tonight, or if you can bake yourself some, get some cheesecake and have a slice of just some regular New York style cheesecake. Cheesecake on behalf of Mom. Have a slice of that. She loved pie. She loved all that, but cheesecake was her favorite kind of anything. So, and she started pie night. So if anybody wants to start up or continue on with that tradition, just once in a while, just say, okay, we're going to have a pie night. Let's go in and have some pie, and just have pie and talk with family. I'm on Facebook. You guys can message me anytime. Steph is on Facebook. You can message or call her anytime as well. If you don't have our numbers, I think pretty much everybody has it at this point, but you're always welcome to reach out to us as well. I want to say thank you guys for sharing memories of Mom today, and thank you for coming and from us and from her and me. I want to say thank you, and we love you all. I hope you guys all have a good day and go have a good time, okay? And just love each other. That would be what Mom would want.
We love
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Alex.
Alex.
Thank you.
Much love to you.